Community Beer Works co-founder Ethan Cox is a self-proclaimed beer geek who, in addition to running a successful nano brewery, literally helped write the book on Buffalo's brewing history.
The opening of the Erie Canal had a profound impact on the growth of Buffalo, not just in brewing, but really in all domains. What that did is it led to the growth of the grain elevators. In fact, the first grain elevator was invented in Buffalo by a guy named Joseph Dart. Suddenly, you could take these huge shipments of grain, you could store them at this midway point between the Midwest, where it was coming from, and the East, where it needed to go. And what happened is that people realized, well, if the grain is stopping anyway, why don't I buy some of it, malt it, and then sell that east or west from here? And that contributed quite a bit to the economy of Buffalo and to the notoriety of Buffalo. I mean, we were really very definitely the grain capital of the US for a long time.
Still standing on Buffalo's waterfront are the majestic grain silos of yesteryear, commonly called Silo City.
There's a ton of them kind of in one area, and these are massive, massive concrete structures. You can't appreciate just the enormity of this industrial architecture. It's actually really gorgeous. A lot of those grain elevators are not really in use anymore, and so for a lot of Buffalonians, they almost have become something like an eyesore. What's nice about the Buffalo of today is that we're starting to rethink that. And we realize that these are actually cultural assets of our industrial past, and we need to find ways to reuse them and preserve them. In fact, there's even a brewery going into one, and they're going to use an old grain silo and brew in it, which I think is pretty cool.
A proud member of the Buffalo beer community, Ethan doesn't hesitate to support other up-and-coming brewers. He even sits on the board of the New York State Brewers Association, looking out for the interests of small-scale breweries in Western New York like his own, Community Beer Works.
The idea behind community and the name Community Beer Works comes from at least 3 different levels of community that we think are important. I mean, the very first level is the community within the company. The next level, though, of community is the community of people who are into beer and beer enthusiasts. And then at the top level, it's the community of Buffalo or the neighborhood right around us.
I think when people are given the choice, they're going to choose something that's local, that's fresh, and they know the people who make it, and they know who stands behind it. And I think that's the allure of small breweries, especially ones as small as ours.
As much as you might like that new beer that you just got from that national craft company, you can't go meet anybody who had anything to do with that beer. But if you buy Community Beer Works beer at a restaurant or bar nearby, you can come down to the brewery when we're open, and there's a very good chance that person who actually made that beer is right there behind the bar serving it to you as well.
But the noble goal of fostering a sense of community and place through brewing is arguably only as good as the beer that brings people together. Fortunately, this brewery delivers on both fronts, with popular ales that help fulfill a mission to beer Buffalo.
We make a number of different beers. Over the course of time that we've been open, I'm sure we've made well over 100 or 150 different beers, but we do have some flagship beers. Our most popular of those is probably Frank, which is our American Pale Ale. People do usually ask, why is it named Frank? It's really great when someone named Frank walks in because they're always pretty excited that we named a beer after them. In our mind, Frank is actually this quintessential Buffalo character. Everybody knows a Frank, even if their Frank is named Stan or Tony, you know the guy we're talking about. Another beer that we've been making since the beginning is our brown ale. It's called the Whale. That name is just for fun. Rudy, who was our brewer at the beginning, that was a homebrew recipe that he brought, and when he was making it as a homebrewer, he was also calling it the Whale. We didn't see any reason to stop calling it that.
And while this award-winning brewery started on a nano scale with a Kickstarter budget, it has so quickly become a beloved neighborhood crossroads that it seems destined for greater influence.
New York State is the home of some of the best breweries in America, and we're honored to be part of that community. And the support we get from even the larger breweries in New York State, they want to see us grow like we want to see them grow.
Our expansion plans at this moment are really exciting for us because we have found a good fit for us. So the place that we are moving to, it's on the west side of Buffalo still, which we feel is kind of important for us personally, and it's also a big part of our brand. And it ties into the brewing history of Buffalo because the facility is going to be in a building that was erected in 1880 as one of Buffalo's malt houses. So I'm beyond excited about what we're doing.